So just a set of medium and heavy weights for today's total body strength class. I'm using 8 and 5. Feel free to go heavier or lower. Again, total body today. Go ahead and start our timer here. Go ahead and bring your feet hip width apart and parallel, drawing your knees up towards your chest. Strong point your toes. If you are tracking your workout, go ahead and set your device. Core is engaged. A few more here. Make sure you got plenty of water. All right, from here we're going to take that knee up and over to a side lunge. Pressing your hips over to the side. Knee up and over, coming deep into that side lunge, pressing your hips back. Alternating right to left. From here, go ahead and keep the feet nice and wide. Feet are wide in your hips, toes are slightly turned out, arms are out to a T. We're just going to draw tiny circles with your arms. Palms are facing down. Keep your shoulders relaxed down from your shoulders. Keep your ears relaxed down. Your shoulders relaxed down from your ears. Oh my goodness. Shoulders relaxed down from your ears. Go ahead and reverse that direction. Tiny circles. Arms directly out to a T. For 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bend into the left knee. Bring your right hand down towards the floor. Come back up. Tee out the arms. Left hand down towards the right foot. Reaching for your foot, your shin, your thigh. Reaching down. Opposite hand towards opposite foot. Getting that deep bend. Yes. Is that better? So sorry about that. Reaching down, tapping towards the opposite foot, opposite ankle, shin. Deep stretch. A set of medium and heavy weights for today. Total body. Sorry about that. From here, we're going to deep bend into both of the knees, slightly hinge forward. Give yourself a nice big hug and then squeeze your arms together as you lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Imagine that you have a pencil between your shoulder blades as you reach your arms up super high. A few more here. All right, from here, go ahead and release the right knee down, untuck your right toes, left foot is forward. We're going to press into that left knee, allowing your right hip to open up. Chin and chest is lifted. Go ahead and draw your hips back, straighten that left leg, and then pressing your hips forward, moving forwards and backwards. As you press your hip back, you're straightening that left leg. On the next one, we're going to hold that left leg straight. Hips are back. Point, flex, circle out that left ankle. Shoulders are stacked over your hips. Hold the left foot flex and then hinge forward, framing your left foot. Maybe bringing the crown of your head towards your toes. Feeling that stretch all along the back side of your left leg. Gently roll up slowly, switching sides, left knee down, untuck your left toes. Big step forward with your right foot, pressing into that right knee, allowing your left hip to open up. Chin and chest stays lifted here. From here, we're going to straighten that right leg, draw your hips back, and then press your hips forward, pressing that right knee over your right ankle. Alternating forwards and backwards. On the next one, we're going to hold the hips back, keep that right leg straight, point, flex, or circle out that right ankle. Shoulders remain stacked directly over your hips. Hold the right toes flexed, hinge forward, framing your right foot. Maybe bringing the crown of your head towards your toes, feeling that sensation all along the back side of your right leg. Gently come on up to standing, roll your shoulders back, roll them forward. All right, for our first set, we have 4 moves. 45 seconds on, 10-second breather. We're going to do them 3 times through. Go ahead and grab your set of weights. Let me reset our timer here. All right, we're going to bring our feet hip width apart and parallel. Weights to your shoulder. We have alternating knee drive with an overhead press. So slow and controlled. We're using those lower abs to draw that knee up. 45 seconds have begun. So weights to your shoulders as your foot lowers, as your knee comes up towards your belly button, towards your hip, maybe towards your knee. Bringing that knee up super high. Keep it going. Almost there. You've got it. Not sure what happened. My AirPods disconnected. Knee drive with an overhead press. You've got 5 more seconds here. Core is engaged. Slow and controlled. All right. Keep those weights, or you can go heavier. We're going to keep the feet hip width apart and parallel. We have a Romanian deadlift. As you come to standing, we're going to draw the weights to the chin and then reach down. All right, that timer has begun, so if you haven't already, go ahead and start now. As you come down, you're gliding those weights down the front of your shins, pressing your hips back. Your neck is at neutral spine. Keep it going. So avoid arching or rounding your spine, nice flat back. As you come down, keeping your gaze as you bend your hips. As you come to standing, draw the elbows wide, bring the weights up towards your chin. You've got 10 seconds here. Really ground through your feet from your big toe to your pinky, straight back to your heel. All right, finish up where you're at. I'm going to go a little bit lighter here. We have upper body. You can be standing or kneeling. I'll show you the standing portion first. We're going to start with our elbows at a 90-degree bend. And we have a full circle outward, back to where we started, and then reversing that direction. Keep it going. Bicep curl rotations outward, back to where we started. Palms stay facing in the entire time, and then draw the arms down and out. Core is engaged. This can be done from a kneeling stance. The wider your stance, the more stable you are. The closer your feet or your knees are, the more of a core challenge. Keep it going. We're going to set one weight down here in 3, 2, and 1. All right, the next one can also be done standing or kneeling. I'll show you kneeling first. One between your palms. Go heavy here. Elbows are wide. We have a halo wrap, down to a chop, and then switching sides. So just working that core here. You want everything completely still. The only thing moving is from your shoulders to your fingertips. Allowing that weight to come around your head and down to the opposite hip, coming into that wood chop. You can be kneeling or standing. Same options here with the width of your knees or your feet. The wider your stance, the less of a core workout. The more narrow your stance is, the more focus is going to be on your core, not allowing any abdominals to move. All right, grab that second weight. Those 45 seconds really fly by. So you have 45 seconds on, 15-second breather. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. One weight in each hand. Weights to your shoulders. Single knee march with an overhead press. Palms stay facing in, slow and controlled. As you set that leg down, your standing leg is not locked out. Keep a micro bend in that knee. Relax your shoulders down from your ears, really drawing that knee up towards your hip, towards your navel, maybe trying to reach the same shoulder. Using those lower abs to get the knee even higher. Overhead press, with a single knee drive, alternating left to right, right to left. Keep it going. You've got 3 seconds to go. All right. Go heavier if you had a little bit lighter weights. Feet are still hip width apart and parallel. Roll your shoulders back. We have a Romanian deadlift to a chin raise. Join me in 3, 2. All right, if you haven't already, go ahead and start now, slow and controlled. We're not going for speed here. As you draw that weight up toward your chin, please don't hit your chin. Draw those elbows nice and wide. Keep your shoulders relaxed down from your ears as you hinge forward at your waist. Your gaze follows you as you bend. Imagine that you're trying to press your hips back towards the wall behind you. You've got 10 seconds here. Give me one more wherever you're at. 2 and 1. All right, finish up where you're at. We have those bicep curl circles. So we're starting at that 90-degree bend, elbows in towards your side, palms facing in, standing or kneeling, curling up and out, full circle. Once you get to where you started, go in the opposite direction. You're firing up those biceps. You can always come down to a kneeling stance. Now, if you're kneeling and your knees are close together and you do want more of a core workout, you may know what I'm going to say. Lift the top shoelace portion of your feet off the floor. Squeeze your glutes, engage your abs. Full circle, elbows stay close in towards your body. Shoulders remain stacked over your hips, whether you are standing or kneeling. All right, set one weight down. Try to go heavy, one weight between your palms. Kneeling or standing, elbows are wide. We've got that halo wrap to a chop. Join me in 1. All right, those 15 seconds really fly by. Same with the 45 seconds. Grabbing that weight, drawing it up and over around the head, down to the opposite hip. So you're alternating, starting with the right, ending to the left, coming back to the right hip, and then drawing it up and over to the left, over to the right, down to the left hip. Keep it going. Halo wrap to a chop, alternating sides. You got less than 10 seconds here. We're going to grab that second weight. And 3, 2. All right, finish up where you're at. All right, grab that second weight of choice, one weight in each hand. Weights to your shoulders, feet are hip width apart and parallel. Give me that single knee drive, overhead press, and switch. 45 seconds is on the clock. This is your third and final round. Slow and controlled. Really drawing that knee up high. That's it. Keep it going. You've got 20 seconds here. Avoid locking out that standing knee. That knee is your base. High knee drive. Maybe getting that knee higher. Knuckles up towards the ceiling. All right, finish up where you're at. All right, we've got that deadlift to a chin lift. Try to go heavy. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Bring your shoulders up and bring them back. Palms in front of you. Roll down. Timer has begun. Really pressing your hips up, hips back. Keep it going. Avoid letting your back round or arch. You want that back to be super straight. Keep it going. Almost there. That's it. You've got 12 seconds to go. Keep it going. We're gonna grab those lighter set of weights next. All right, finish up where you're at. Kneeling or standing, bicep circles. So again, adjust your feet as you need to. Bring those elbows close into your side. Give me those circles up and out. Draw them in together and then rotate. That clock has already begun. Go at your speed. This can be done from a kneeling stance. You can also do it from a standing position. Micro bend in your knees. Shoulders are stacked over your hips. As you draw the palms out and around in both directions, your elbows don't leave your rib cage. You got less than 10 seconds here. Stay with it. That's it. You got 3, 2, and 1. Set one weight down. Try to go heavy. Weight between your palms. Elbows are wide. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Kneeling or standing. Halo wrap to a chop. You got 3, 2. All right. Join me if you haven't already. Nice work. Really bringing that weight down towards the opposite hip. Core is engaged. Avoid letting your rib cage move. You want to squeeze your glutes, engage your abs. Even if your thighs aren't touching, squeeze them towards one another as if they were touching. Controlling everything here. You've got 10 seconds. Nice breather after this. You've got 3, 2, and 1. All right, finish up where you're at. Roll your shoulders back. Maybe grab a sip of water. You've got a breather coming up. Maybe step it out side to side. All right, you still got 20 seconds. I'm just gonna show you what we're gonna start with next. So you can be standing or kneeling here. We're gonna have one weight in each hand. Palms are facing up. We have an alternating cross-body raise. So your palms are facing up and you're drawing that weight across. Join me in 2 and 1. So you're drawing that weight up over to diagonal. Micro bend in your elbows. You're drawing it up to your shoulder. Now if this is super easy and you're able to bring that weight all the way up past your shoulder, go a little bit heavier. You can do it. Maybe noticing how one arm might be a little bit different than the other. That's perfectly fine. You're just drawing that weight up and over to diagonal, directly in front of your opposite shoulder, and then back down. You got 3, 2, and 1. All right, from here, we have alternating reverse lunge with the bicep curl. We're gonna hold it here. We're gonna press up in the curtsy, draw it down, and then come back to standing. Reverse bicep curl, overhead press, palms out with the curtsy, bring it back together, step it in. Reverse lunge, bicep curl, bring that foot into a curtsy, overhead press, palms face out, bring the palms in for a curl with the reverse lunge, and extend, stepping it forward. Reverse lunge curl, Arnold press curtsy, drawing everything back together. That's it. You've got 15 seconds here, slow and controlled. Nothing's for speed. That's it. You've got 5. Last 3, 2, and 1. Finish up where you're at. All right, from here, we're gonna bring the elbows into the side, back to that 90-degree bend. We have a bent fly with an alternating forward lunge. So we're gonna work those quads here. Bring it forward, step it back. You're alternating right to left, left to right. Palms in, As you hook the feet together, elbows in. As you lift your elbows, palms are facing down. Keep it going. You're going to fire up those quads, the front of your thighs. 20 seconds to go. That's it. Very nice. Keep the shoulders relaxed down from your ears. You've got 5. Last 2. All right, finish up where you're at. Go a little bit heavier here. One weight in each hand. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. We have oblique crunches. So just standing, roll your shoulders back. Reach the right hand down. Come to standing. Left arm down. Come to standing. So you're crunching that oblique. Once you come to the other side, notice that stretch as you reach for the opposite side. As you draw that weight down towards the same knee, reach for that same ankle. Your top shoulder is stacked directly above your bottom, so avoid letting your body roll forwards. Imagine that your body is between 2 panes of glass, and right to left are your only options, not forward and back. You've got 2 and 1. All right, we're back to the top. Roll your shoulder blades back. Bring those weights. Palms facing up. We have alternating forward raise across the body. 45 seconds has begun. You've got it. You all know I always start a little bit early. Keep it going. Palms stay facing up. Drawing that hand from your right hip up towards the left shoulder out in front. Lowering it down, slow and controlled. Left arm releases from your left hip up towards the front of your right shoulder and then back down. Keep your core engaged. Adjust your stance if you need to. Maybe make it wider, make it more narrow. Do whatever you have to do today. All right, relax your shoulders down. Bicep curl, reverse lunge, Arnold press with the curtsy. Draw everything in. Back together. Join me in 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's get those bodies moving. Bicep curl with the reverse lunge. Overhead press, palms facing out with that curtsy. And then bringing everything back together the same way that you came into it. Total body here. Chest is lifted. Beautiful. Nice work. Fantastic. Way to stay with it. You've got 10 seconds here. And 3, 2, and 1. Relax those shoulders down. We're going to draw the weights in by our side. We have that bent fly with a forward lunge, firing up those quads. Join me in 3, 2, and 1. All right. You know what time it is. Slow and steady. Your knee does not have to tap the floor. You do want to step forward enough that your front knee is not passing your toes. As you step down, your back knee is directly underneath your back hip. Keep it going. Really firing up those shoulders. That's it. We're going to be standing next, completely still, feet planted. You've got 2 and 1. All right. So keep those weights. Try to go heavier. Roll your shoulders up and back. One weight on each side. Ground through your feet. Reach down towards the same outside ankle. Keep it going. Chest is lifted. So as you reach down, your top shoulder is stacked over your bottom. Noticing that when you come down, your shoulder is not rolling forwards, completely straight. And then back up. Same with the opposite side, straight. Not letting that shoulder come forward. Keep it nice and straight, and then back up. You've got 10 seconds. Enjoying that stretch as you come to the opposite side. You've got 2 and 1. All right. We're back to the top. Third and final round. Time flies when you're having fun. All right, palm up, cross body raises. Bring that arm up and over. 45 seconds has begun. Now, if you'd like, this of course can always be done from a kneeling position as well. Palms facing up. Releasing your hand down towards your hip. And then up across the diagonal. Core is engaged. Beautiful work. If you're kneeling, you want more core work, go ahead and lift those toes up off the floor. Whether you're kneeling or standing, engage your abs. Maybe those arms are getting a little bit shaky now. That's what you want. Keep it going. Almost there. All right, finish up where you're at. All right, relax those shoulders down. Bicep curl, reverse lunge, curtsy to Arnold press. Bring everything back together. Join me in 3, 2. All right, that timer has begun. Slow and steady. Slow it down as much as you need to. That's it. Overhead press. Palms facing out. So bicep curl, palms in. As you come into that curtsy, bring your arms up overhead and release the palms facing outward. 15 seconds to go. Yes, you can. Last 10. All right, 5 more. All right, come back into it. Bring those elbows in towards your side, palms facing in. We have forward lunge with a bent fly, alternating right to left, left to right. You know what time it is. That timer has already begun. Getting that back knee low towards the floor. It does not have to touch. But you do want to try to get it nice and low. Lifting those elbows up towards your shoulders. Keep it going. We're going to be just standing next. You've got this. You've got 5. Last 2. All right. Go heavy here if you had lighter weights like I did. Shoulders up and back. Keep your shoulders relaxed down from your ears. Plank through your feet. Reach the hand towards the outside ankle. Come up. 45 seconds on the clock. Being mindful not to let your shoulder roll forwards or backwards. It's more common the more fatigue that we get, that you let your postures come out. Be mindful. Keep the shoulders pulled back, chin lifted. Only 20 more seconds. We're going to be on the floor for our last 4 moves. Keep it going. That's it. You've got 5. Last one. All right. Bring those weights down. We were going to use both weights. You've got a little breather here. We're going to be in a tabletop for our first 2 moves in the 3rd set. We've still got 20 seconds. All right, I'm just going to show you our move. So we're going to bring the weight in our right hand. We're going to come to that tabletop. So your wrists are directly under your shoulders, your knees are directly under your hips. Weight is in your right hand. We're going to extend that left leg straight back. And you're going to do a straight leg raise and lower with a narrow row. All right, so weight is in your right hand. Left leg is straight. Lift and lower. Flex your left toes. That left leg is straight. Your elbow is up towards the ceiling. So right arm, left leg are moving. Keeping it going. You've got 15 seconds here. Keep it going. Straight left leg. Right arm taps down, left toes tap down, and then lifting the right elbow and left leg. All right, release that knee down. Back to your tabletop, wrists on your shoulders, knees are under your hips, weight is in your left hand. Extend your right leg straight back, engage your abs, narrow row with the left hand as you lift that right leg, squeezing your glute, and then release. Lift and lower. Keep it going. Lift and lower. Almost there. Really squeeze the base of your right glute, drawing that weight up toward your left rib cage. Left elbow is high. We're going to come onto our back with one heavy weight and less than 7 seconds. Stay with it. Core is engaged. All right, release everything down. Grab that one heavy weight, come onto your back. Lay all the way down. Weight between your palms. Weight is overhead. Your legs are extended long. We have 3 straight leg bicycles. Hold that right leg up, left leg long. Reach up and release. 3 straight leg bicycles. This time left leg up, right leg long to a hover. Reach for your left toes, release. So your shoulders are lifted off the floor the entire time. As you hold your legs up, alternating right and left up towards the ceiling. Opposite leg is to a hover. Your legs are in that L shape. Maybe point through your toes. Lifting your shoulders even higher off the floor as you reach for your toes. We're going to grab 2 heavy weights in 5. Keep it going. All right, release the legs down. You can bend your knees. Grab one heavy weight in each hand. Relax your head down. Elbows are close in towards your side. We're going to do a neutral press. So knuckles up towards the ceiling with a glute bridge raise as you drive the knee up. Release and then switch. So we're really doing total body here. Shoulders, arms, chest, core, glutes, and legs. Glute bridge raise. Drawing that knee up, alternating right to left. As you lift your hips and your knee, you're also pressing your arms up towards the ceiling. Elbows stay close in towards your body. Neutral press. Knuckles up towards the ceiling, palms facing in. Slow it down as much as you need to. You've got 7. Almost there. All right, release everything down. Come on up, flip it on over, back to our tabletop. Let's start with the weight in the left hand this time. Wrists under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. Extend your right leg straight, flex your right toes. Weight is in your left hand. Narrow row, left leg, right leg lifts. You can work them simultaneously. You can also do them alternating. Right leg, then left arm, or both at the same time. You're squeezing the base of your glute. Your back is flat, so avoid arching or rounding your spine outwards. Nice flat back. Keep your core engaged. Draw your navel deep into your spine. Narrow row. Squeezing the base of your right glute as you lift the leg up. That's it. Think slow and controlled. Fantastic focus. All right, release that right knee down. Place the weight over to the right hand. Left palm under your left shoulder, right knee under your right hip. Extend your left leg long, flex your left toes. Weights in your right hand. Row with the right hand, lift the left leg and lower. 45 seconds is on the clock. You can also do one at a time. Row, release, left leg lift and lower. Your gaze is directly in front of you between your left thumb and index finger. Avoid straining your neck from looking side to side. Drawing that weight up towards your rib cage. Either simultaneously lifting and lowering the left leg or alternating right arm, left leg. We're coming onto our back in 7. Keep it going. All right, finish up where you're at. Come on down. Grab that one weight between your palms. We have 3 straight leg bicycles. So straight legs. Once you get to that third one, hold that leg up, reach for your toes, and then switch. 45 seconds have begun. As you're doing those straight leg bicycles, your shoulders are lifted. You can always have a micro bend in your knees. You can also hold the leg straight. When you have one leg up towards the ceiling, the opposite leg can be hovering. You can also rest it on the floor. You can also bend it to rest the foot flat on the floor. Keep it going. Working those lower abs with the straight leg bicycles. Working the upper abs with your toe reach. Arms stay up overhead. All right, release it down when you finish up your set. Grab one weight in each hand. Bend your knees, feet are flat on the floor, neck is flat, gazing up to the ceiling, elbows tucked in towards your side, palms facing in. Neutral press, hip raise with a knee drive. So it's as if you're marching your knees up towards your chest as you lift your hips up high. Slow it down as much as you need to. Keep it going. You can also keep the hips down as you come into that neutral press. And then keep the elbows tucked in towards your body as you come into that single knee march with a glute bridge raise and lower. Always an option to break up the moves. You can also always take out that glute bridge. Firing up the total body here. Gaze remains up to the ceiling. All right. Come on over, third and final round. Time really flies when you're having fun. All right, weights in your right hand, back to the tabletop, left hand under your left shoulder. Extend your left leg long, right knee under your right hip. Right arm row, left leg raise and lower. I want you to actively draw your navel deep into your spine. Imagine that you're zipping up that super tight pair of pants and you want to get that last button, engage your abs the entire time. Try to find this focus whenever you want any kind of core work, when you're focusing on your breathing, even if you're driving. It's a great way to keep your mind on your core. Gaze between your left thumb and index finger. Draw that weight up towards your right rib cage. Elbows stay tucked close in towards your body. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, release that left knee down to your left hip. Bring the weight to your left hand. Right hand directly on your shoulder. Extend your right leg long. Flex your right foot. We're going to draw that left elbow up. Right leg lifts and lowers. Core is engaged. Keep it going. Lift and lower. Still drawing that navel to your spine. Focusing on your breathing here. Strong inhales. Strong exhales. Flat back, squeeze the base of your glute. Lift and lower. You got less than 20 seconds and then we're on our back. Keep it going. That's it, beautiful work. You've got 5, 2, and 1. All right, come onto your back. Grab that one leg between your palms. Straight leg bicycles. We've got 3. Hold that leg lifted. Reach for your toes. And then switch. Join me in 2. And 1. I love when you join me before the timer begins. That's it. Beautiful work. 3 straight leg bicycles. Of course, they can be bent bicycles. You can always release your foot flat on the floor. You can always hover that foot. Your shoulders are lifted the entire time. Core is engaged. Your lower back is pressed into the floor. It's not lifting up at all. You've got 10 seconds. Lower abs as you do the switch feet. Upper abs with the toe reach. All right, finish up where you're at. Set your feet down. 45 seconds of work remaining. That is it. Finish strong. One way in each hand. Elbows in towards your side. Palms facing in. Single knee march, glute bridge with a neutral press. And lower. Keeping everything together. You're going to feel it in your quads. You're going to feel it in your hamstrings as you press your foot in towards the floor. Engage your abs as you lift your hips higher, drawing that knee in towards the same shoulder. Knuckles up towards the ceiling, really pressing up. Your shoulders stay pressed in towards the floor. Just your hips raise. You've got it. You've got 10 seconds, finishing so strong. Remembering why you showed up today. Last 2. And 1. All right, release those weights down. We're gonna stay on our back. Draw your knees in towards your chest. You can grab the tops of your shins. You can also grab underneath your hamstrings. Maybe rolling side to side. Nice lower back stretch. Place your hands back on your shins if you had them on your hamstrings. We're going to rock and roll ourselves forwards and backwards a few times along our spine. On the next one, go ahead and come on up to a seated position. Go ahead and extend your right leg long. Left sole of your foot in towards your right leg. Right hand to the inside of your right leg. Left arm comes up high overhead, looking out under your left armpit. Feeling that stretch all along the left side body. Rotate down. Your hands are framing your right foot. Come on up. Bring your left hand behind your left hip. Right arm comes up higher overhead. Left knee stays bent. Right leg is straight. We're going to press the hips up. Reaching your right arm up and overhead. And then release everything down. From here, release your hands down. Extend your left leg. Draw the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left leg. Left arm comes to the inside of your left leg. Right arm comes up high overhead. Both of your sit bones are pressed in towards the floor, really feeling that stretch all along the right side body, looking out underneath your right arm. And then rotate your right shoulder down towards the floor, framing your left leg. Maybe trying to bring your elbows closer towards the floor. Gently rise up slowly. Bring your right hand behind your right hip. Right knee stays bent, left leg straight. Lift your left arm up high overhead. Press your hips forward. And then release everything down. Go ahead and bring the soles of your feet to touch. Butterfly your knees open. Maybe clasping your hands toward your toes. Stand up nice and tall. Chest is lifted. You're welcome to hold it here if you'd like a deeper stretch. You can also extend your legs out further from your body, making more of that diamond shape with your body. Bring your hands underneath your calves. You're welcome to hold it here if you'd like an even deeper stretch. Bring your palms to the top shoelace portion of your feet. Lengthen your spine and then roll forward. Bringing the crown of your head towards your heels, your arch, maybe your toes. Lengthening your spine. On your next exhale, gently release everything, rolling up slowly. You can cross your ankles right over left, left over right. Bring your arms up high overhead. Release them down, right arm across your body. Open and switch. Left arm across your body. Open. Draw your right elbow wide behind your head, keeping your gaze lifted, chin lifted off of your chest. Open and switch. Left elbow wide, chin and chest lifted. Open. Circle out your hands. You can bring your hands to the top of your glutes, your lower spine. Draw your shoulder blades together. Look up. And then releasing everything down. Fantastic work today. Thank you so much for joining me.